Hey guys, what's going on? Dr. Frank here, founder of Addiction Mindset Recovery Coaching Programs. And in today's brief video, I'm going to teach you how to quit smoking or quit vaping cold turkey. Nicorette gum, nicotine patches, weaning off slowly. You don't need any of that junk. But before I get started, I want you to grab a pen and paper because you're going to need to write some things down throughout this video. Here at Addiction Mindset Recovery Coaching, we help people quit nicotine, THC, energy drinks, and pornography. So be sure to subscribe to the channel if you find today's advice valuable. Okay, tip number one is when you make a decision to quit smoking, I want you to be firm in your decision. I want you to feel it in your gut. I want you to be 100% decisive in your decision to quit. And there's a reason for that. If you are indecisive in your decision, oh, I'm going to quit, but not until Monday. Oh, I'm going to quit, but after this event. Addiction, that addictive voice that lives inside your brain, is going to recognize that indecision, and it's going to prey on it as a weakness. And that is exhausting. There is nothing more exhausting than having to negotiate with yourself mentally all day long. I'm quitting, I'm not quitting. I'm quitting today, I'm quitting tomorrow. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. This is one of the things that makes addiction so exhausting. And the more exhausted you become, the less willpower, which you don't need to quit, you're going to have. And that's a problem because addiction is going to take advantage of that. Tip number two, people always ask me, Dr. Frank, I want to quit cold turkey, but all my friends vape, all my family members smoke. How do I quit? This is not about them. You have one objective, and that's to do better than you did yesterday. This isn't about your family members. This isn't about your friends. This is about you doing better than the version of you the day before. And that's really why you're here. You want success in quitting in addiction. Now, for this one, you're going to need a pen and paper. This is how you truly quit cold turkey. First and foremost, I want you to understand that this is not something that you want to continue doing. The definition of an addiction is continuing to do something that you no longer want to do anymore, especially in the case of nicotine. You can't stop, even though you actually want to stop. Now, so many people are under the impression that they want to keep vaping, that they want to keep smoking, that they're making a sacrifice. I want you to pause, and I want you to get out that pen and paper, and I want you to write down 7 ways in which your life is going to improve without this addiction. Is it your physical health? Is it your mental health? Is it financially? Is it within your relationships? Is it the amount of time you're going to gain back? Because you're no longer going to be going back and forth in your head worrying, where's my vape? Where's my nicotine? Where's my chewing tobacco? I want to know 7 ways in which your life is going to improve. And I want you to write those 7 ways down and feel free to share them in the comments for other people who also need support. So that's the first thing you need to do. And these are, in a sense, affirmations that you can refer to when you get a craving, when you start to feel a little bit of withdrawal symptoms, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. That's going to help you realize that you're not giving anything up, but that you're standing to gain everything back. Now, tip number 2, I want you to write down, there's lots of things I want to do today. There's just one thing I don't want to do. Now, if you're quitting more addictions than one, maybe there's like 3 things you don't want to do. Now, why am I saying that? This is going to open up the idea of the perspective even more so that you're not making a sacrifice, because you're not. There's lots of things that you want to do today. There's lots of things that you can do today. And there's lots of things that you need to do today. But there's one thing that you have to avoid. There's one thing that you know for certain you don't want to do. And that's smoking, that's vaping, that's watching adult media content, that's getting high, that's drinking alcohol. You have so many other opportunities that lie ahead of you, because addiction and quitting an addiction has nothing to do with what you're giving up, but it has everything to do with what you're gaining back in life. And when you realize that it's all about what you're gaining back and that you're not making a sacrifice, You suddenly don't need Nicorette gum. You suddenly don't need nicotine patches. You suddenly don't need to lower your vape juice until eventually you get down to less milligrams. I'm not saying it's wrong to do those things, and those methods work for a lot of people, but what I'm saying is it's unnecessary. You don't need nicotine to quit nicotine. I've said that before. The next tip I have for you is celebrating the withdrawals. When you face minor withdrawal symptoms, I want you to start to celebrate those withdrawal symptoms. It's nothing more than a sign or symptom that you're overcoming this addiction. Addiction is going to do everything it can to try and suck you back in. And if that means putting you through a little bit of mental and physical anguish, it's going to do that. But here's the thing. You're already struggling. You're already suffering. Going through withdrawals is nothing compared to a lifetime of addiction. So know for sure, with 100% certainty, that when you're getting those cravings, that when you're sweating, when you get that insomnia, know that that is a guaranteed sign that you are winning and that you're one step closer to gaining back the life that you actually crave, the lifestyle that you actually want. Because remember, addiction only offers us lower lows, never higher highs. And if you need an extra help, check out the description below because you can work with our offices one-on-one if you need an extra push. All right, guys, follow me into the next video where I talk about a sobriety planner that I use daily that helps me reinforce all of these affirmations and how I stay off of nicotine and weed. I'll see you guys there.